Hello and welcome back to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on 10 Minutes More or Less Ship Review, right behind me, the Roberts Space Industries Constellation Andromeda. Let's go ahead and take a look. Thank you to Little Maybug for becoming a high-tier Patreon supporter and choosing this ship for me to review. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, welcome back to another review. Thank you to the team today for helping me with getting the turrets filled up and the ship alive. It feels great. Multi-crew is on its way, so get ready for that. We will see it before the end of the year, at least that's what it seems like. So this is a good representation of what a ship like this would look like. Maybe a little overpopulated, but it's still a ton of fun. Now, the Roberts Space Industries Constellation Andromeda, one of many variants of this ship, is a medium freight or gunship. It's a little bit of a mix. So with that, this ship can do quite a bit for you. The price of this ship is $240 if you were to buy it on the Pledge Store, or if you buy it in game, it is $10,160,640 aUEC. Definitely a pretty high in-game price, but it's not terrible for the fact that this ship is a very big variety ship, allowing you to do package deliveries, freight, bounty hunts, pretty much everything that you can think of in a ship like this, which is quite fantastic. Now, you do have a claim time of 13 minutes and 30 seconds, or expedited 4 minutes and 30 seconds, allowing you to get back out there a lot sooner if needed, if your ship for some reason hit the ground and exploded. No, but otherwise, this ship does have 4,908 burst damage per second due to the 4 size 5 CF557 Galderines. Now, these are a CF weapon, laser repeaters, and they are quite fantastic, sitting at 109 capacitor on each one of those guns, which is quite ridiculous in a good way. And then you have 24 size 2 Strike Force 2 missiles and 28 size 1 Marksman 1 missiles for the pilot to control. Now, this ship does also have 2 manned turrets, giving you a total of 2,184 burst DPS with 4 size 3 CF337 Panthers. Also 109 capacitor on each gun with those turrets, which is quite interesting, the same capacitor rating on both, but it's good. I mean, that's a lot of capacitor between all these guns. I mean, that's honestly phenomenal, especially with those big guns. The size 5s at 109, that's fantastic. Now, this ship does have 1 size 3 quadrant shield generator, giving you 48,800 overall shield generation, so definitely not bad, which is quite surprising. I'll be honest with you, because when you walk through the interior of the ship, which I'll show you, there are multiple areas for shield generators, so they definitely only have 1 size 3 in here. Maybe in the future they'll modify how the interior looks, obviously, because they're going to refresh this thing, hopefully, but it's going to be quite interesting to see how the components lay out in here. Now you also have 180,644 ship HP, allowing you to stay alive for quite a while, even after your shield falls. Now remember, a lot of that HP is put into each one of those engine nacelles, as well as all these little parts on this ship that can fall off. So it doesn't take that big of a chunk away. The main amount of the HP is in the nose and the body, but there are still quite a bit of differences like in the wings and stuff. So pretty good to know about that. Now you also have a top speed of 200 SCM with a 400 forward boost, a 205 backwards boost, and a nav speed of 1000 with a pitch yaw roll of 30, 30, 60, boosted 36, 36, 72. So its SCM speed is actually quite good. I don't mind that. There's no real problems there. The pitch yaw roll definitely struggles a little bit, which is honestly too bad. I mean, she's a bigger boat, but she's definitely not that big. If you compare it to something like a Starlancer Max, which is bigger, but has better overall rotation, everything, the pitch yaw roll's a bit better, which is quite surprising. But this ship here, it has to have some negativities to it, right? Because it has such big guns and such big capabilities, you do have to have some flaws that go along with a ship like this. Now you only have 48 flares and 5 noise, so make sure you get out of there when you get attacked or you will be destroyed by missiles pretty quickly. Now, otherwise, you do have 66 SCU of hydrogen fuel and 4.1 SCU of quantum fuel, which is honestly really good. This is what I would hope a lot of these ships in this type of tier would be sitting at instead of the 1.8 SCU of quantum fuel, which is honestly really low. Now, this ship does have a snub ship attached to the back of it, which is a P-52 Merlin, which is pretty cool, but right now, I will tell you, it is quite buggy. This ship here is encountering a docking issue where once you undock it, it's almost impossible to dock it. I'm sure there's probably a workaround or something, but we could not get it to work no matter who sat in what chair of which ship. It just wouldn't work, and we couldn't get the P-52 docked. Now, this ship could also dock the P-72 if you wanted to give that a shot and change it out for that one. Both of them great little snubs to have, so it's pretty cool that you do have the ability to have that on board. Now, otherwise, this ship does have VTOL thrusters, so if you hit K on the keyboard, it will open up the vents on the front and the bottom engine nacelles, which look really cool, and allowing you to control your descent or, leaving the atmosphere a bit quicker off the ground, which is pretty nice. With the turbulence coming in 4.2, it might make you a little bit more stable. We'll definitely see. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you the interior of this ship, starting with right here. We are on the exterior. As you can see, there is one ground entrance already down and ready for you to get onto the ship. That is the primary entrance for the pilot, for the crew. Right here is this very nice looking elevator. And then you have a cargo bay over here, which allows you to go ahead and store something like the MTC right here. Fantastic crew today. They, did a lot of great work. But this cargo bay can also hold not only a vehicle like a NERSA, which is a medical URSA, it could also hold the MTC and smaller vehicles, as well as cargo. Tons of cargo, sitting at 96 SCU of cargo on this grid, which is fantastic. But this is also another place that you can enter your ship, so that is good to know. Now, we're going to go ahead and close this on up, and we'll take the main entry point on the ship here, so we can go ahead and take a look at what that looks like. Once you are on board here, it'll take you straight up, and then we'll go ahead and start with the pilot side first. So once you enter the boat here, as you can see, you got the bridge straight ahead. You enter in the area where your crew will be sitting and taking care of themselves, eating, sleeping, all sorts of armor and weapons here, as well as a bathroom, which is pretty nice. You can go in there and get trapped all you want. I will definitely not do that. But then you do also have 5 storage lockers here, 2 weapon racks here, 4 beds, 1, 2, 3, 4. Still got some visual glitches underneath the beds. This ship could use its components in gold standard much sooner than it is, here. We don't have it yet and probably won't see it for a while. I really hope we do get to see that soon, though. And then you also have a nice table here, allowing you to sit down with your crew and have a great dinner, lunch, whatever you want to do. Especially, working on the guns and everything. It looks fantastic. And then if you make your way into the bridge area here, of course, this is one of my complaint areas with this ship, because it's Robert Space Industries, but we have this big old cord on the ground here. This just doesn't make sense to me. This feels very Drake. We need to get it out of here. It's just a tripping hazard. Not good. And then you have a relay station here, as well as a fire extinguisher right here. And then behind that, you have your engineering terminal. And then one of the spots that says shield generator. I'm sorry, but you ain't fitting a shield of the size 3 there. That's not going to happen. Here is your bottom manned turret and your top manned turret. You can only enter one at a time. They give you quite a decent angle as they do extend down as well as up. And then here is your bridge, where your pilot and 2 co-pilots will sit with plenty of struts to block your view, especially dead center for the pilot of this Andromeda, which is honestly too bad. I would rather like to see the Aquila front end on this thing. That would look fantastic. Now, there will be some combat footage showing you the look from the interior bridge area, so just hold on tight, and you'll see that here in just a second. But now, if we make our way through the nice sleeping, eating, take care of the crew area where you're going to have all your habitation needs, we're going to go ahead and move right into the cargo area. And this is where pretty much all your components will be, as well as your cargo, your crew walking around, and your missile payload, all here dead center with, look at all these missiles right here. It is fantastic, the amount of missiles this ship comes with. And then you have the airlocks of death, which you have to be careful with when you're on the exterior, because it will throw you miles as that thing opens up and allowing you to leave the ship from this side or even the other side over there, which we'll take a look at here in just a second. This is where a lot of your components are going to be, avionics and even shield generators. If you look around, it says that. Right here is a gravity generator, and then over here is nothing. And then if we make our way onto this side, of course, replicated as the other side, another exit for you to go ahead and dock to a station, or if you're an EVA, to go ahead and leave the ship via there. Now, if we were to make our way to the back of the ship over here, this is where that Merlin's going to be docked. So we open up this door, and then you have some more components, including power plant, gravity generator, some more areas, another relay station, and then your Merlin would be typically docked here. We couldn't get it to dock again, so it's gone. It's gone. So that's gone. But this is where it would usually sit. So, and ice cream. Always got to have the ice cream. But that is the interior of the Constellation Andromeda. Definitely not terrible looking, but it definitely needs a lot of updates because right now it has fallen behind in certain areas, as well as no components are gold standard, which is honestly too bad, but I cannot wait to see what the future of this ship looks like. Let's go ahead and take a look at some combat footage in the third person as well as first person, and then I'll give you my score. All right, as you can see, this ship can definitely dish out damage to pretty much any target in the game. It is fantastic. And then if you take your shield and you put all the power to the front when you're attacking something in front of you, it'll keep you alive for a lot longer. So a good idea to do that as well. This ship just has an immense amount of firepower and things going for it. Honestly, for me, it is a 90 out of 100 for the Constellation Andromeda, even with some of its flaws. And of course, it's things that aren't there yet, like the comp and gold pass, right? It's still a 90 out of 100 because it has so much going for it, from the pilot to the turret gunners to the missiles to the cargo to the vehicles. You can do so much with this ship, which is quite awesome, but also a little worrisome. Well, I wonder where they're going to hit this ship if they decide to put a balance pass on it, but hopefully they don't, right? But it's always known to potentially come when a ship like this is that good. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of the Constellation Andromeda down in the comments below. And of course, I appreciate every single one of you, especially all my viewers, my members, everybody. You guys are just fantastic. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you all in the next one.